Hi, on this video, I will introduce what is a Google Drive, what are the disadvantages and advantages of using a Google Drive, then how Google Drive works, then of course, what are the major features of using a Google Drive, and then what are these Google Docs, Google Slide, and Google Sheet that we can see inside the Google Drive. So first, what is a Google Drive? So, a Google Drive is a cloud-based storage service that enables users to store and access files online. And then, a Google Drive is a file storage and synchronization service developed by the Googles. And then, I also remember it was launched way back 2012. Then, it's allow user to store and share files on their servers and then synchronize file across the devices. So these are including the mobile phones, using of laptops and PCs, and tablets. Okay, so also the Google Drive integrates with the company's other services and system. So these are including the Google Docs, the Google Sheet, and the Google Slide. And also, there is a Gmail that we use for email. And then and we use also Google Drive in our Android phone. And of course, using the Chrome, YouTube, Google Analytics, and the Google Plus. And also, the Google Drive competes with Microsoft OneDrive, Apple iCloud, Box, Dropbox, and SugarSync. Okay, next is how Google Drive works. First, the end user must have or she or he must have a Google account, or if she doesn't have or he doesn't have a Google account, she can create. Then after that, sign in using the Google account. Then next, she or he need to type here in the address bar drive.google.com, and then your Google Drive will appear. So the name of your Google Drive is My Drive. So here in My Google Drive, there's a lot of folder. Inside of this folder consists of different files. And then you can see here storage. If you create a Google account and it's free, you can have 15 gig of free. Here, you can also buy for additional more storage for your Google Drive. So the end user can also use the Google Drive using mobile phone and also the tablet. So they need to do is go to the Play Store or App Store to download the Google Drive and sign in their account by using their Google account. Then uh, the user here, uh, she or he can add, he can also or she can also create, delete, and share a file or folder inside the Google Drive. Then uh, here in this Google Drive, uh, when you're going to right click, you can see an option or a pop-up. You can see here a new folder. You can upload files, upload the folder. And then here you can see the three major application inside the Google Drive, which is the Google Docs, the Google Sheet, and the Google Slides. So what are the disadvantages and advantages of using the Google Drive? So first, let's go to advantages. So the advantages is you can access your files using Google Drive anywhere. Then you can also edit on the go. For example, you want to edit something while you're using your mobile phone, you can do that and send that file to your colleague or classmate or to your teachers. This device is device friendly, so it means it can be used in any devices. It can be in laptop, can be used in mobile phone, tablets, or desktop computer. Then it has a search capability, so you can search the file that you're going to look. So just like a simple computer that you want to search a file inside your hard drive. Then can accept any file. It means you can upload any types of files extension. Then sharing is caring. Why sharing is caring? You can share the files to everybody. But of course, make sure the one that you're sharing is uh, not very in public, because we need also a privacy regarding sharing of our files inside the Google Drives. And also collaboration. So what I said a while ago, you can share it for collaboration, just like creating your project with other people who live far away from you. Then, of course, it has a 15 gig free space. Then, what I said a while ago, you can buy more storage by pressing the buy storage here, and then you will be directed to the uh, which one you're going to buy. So there is the basic one, the standard, and the premium. So it's different cost. It can be monthly or it can be uh, annually. Okay, now we're done with the advantages of using a Google Drive. Now let's go to the disadvantages of using the Google Drive. So first is the security. The security is a very important features needed by the application. It's either online or offline application. So here we're using about an storage. So if you're going to use storage online, we need to have a good security. So I give you a tips. If you're going to have an account using it online, do not share your password to anyone. And then the same time, you always change your password. Then use two-way authentication, security, connect your mobile phone so that if someone will going to log in your account, it will text and it will ask a security code that they cannot log in unless they will have the security code from your mobile phone. You can also connect your another Google account to your Google account that has a Google Drive account. Especially if you have the document that is very important. So you need to back up also in not only in Google Drive, you also back up it using an external drive or a flash drive. Okay, next is the internet connection. So that is also a big problem if we don't have internet connection. We cannot access our file or our files inside the Google Drive because Google Drive is only work with internet connection. It can be either a mobile data or it can be a fiber or broadband connection if you're using a desktop computer, or a Wi-Fi connection if you're using your mobile phone and your laptop also. Okay, so the number three disadvantages of using a Google Drive is the space. So costly for space because we only had 15 gig of free storage if you're going to create our Google account. Then what if our files is just like a large size of videos, music, so it will eat a lot of our space or storage in our Google Drive. So if you're going to buy, you click buy storage, it's really costly. So you can buy 100 gig, which is 89 pesos per month, and or you can pay it annually. So it depends. It can be dollar. So here in the Philippines, it or automatically converted into peso. Okay, now I'm done discussing about the advantages and disadvantages of using a Google Drive. Now let's go to um, the three integrated application inside the Google Drive. So let's right click here inside our Google Drive, and then it will show you uh, a, a pop-up, which is you can see a new folder, upload files, upload folder, and then of course the three integrated major application inside the Google Drive. So these are the Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slide. And then they usually called Google Drive Office Suite. So a counterpart of Microsoft Office and OpenOffice. So the Google Docs is a word processor, a Google Slide is a presentation program, and of course, the Google Sheet uh, is a spreadsheet program. So I will discuss these three major application on the next video that I'm going to create. Now I'm done discussing about the Google Drive. So uh, I'm hope that you learned something. What is a Google Drive? How the Google Drive works? And what are the disadvantages and disadvantages of using a Google Drive? So, hoping to see you next video, which is uh, how to share files using the Google Drive, how to upload using a Google Drive, and how to download these files from the Google Drive. So, see you next on my video. Thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.